I was absent on Tuesday, and you watched the video and completed the checkpoint, we need to look over those and get those back and talk about the good, the bad, the ugly on those. We also have, I sure hope so, if not, you need to rectify that immediately. If you haven't been working on your coloring page, you're a little behind. So we got to get that done too. And then I had great notes from this about you. I like this. You may not like this stuff, but I like the notes that I got left because no one else seems to leave notes anymore, so I appreciate that a lot. I know I'm out one day next week for a doctor's appointment. I was out Tuesday for a stats conference. Anyway, she bragged on you and said how great you were and how you all did your work and you were very quiet. So of course I'm going to give you all 5s for Tuesday. And I appreciate you taking notes and still doing your checkpoint. I hope everything was okay. I'm not trying to scare you, and we've still got a long time to prepare. But eventually I am going to leave you for a little while. That's kind of inevitable. That's what happens when things happen. So it's kind of inevitable. So yes, I'm out next week for a doctor's appointment. Eventually I'm going to be out more and more, and I'm sorry for that. It's going to happen. It's just part of life. So there's going to be more videos, more of you taking notes, more of you getting stuff done on your end. And while I love being a grade catcher in life, who can remind you, like, hey, Nick, where's my checkpoint? Nick, where's my checkpoint? Eventually there's going to be a point where Nick's going to have to handle it because I'm not going to be here to save him when he falls. Just want to throw that out at you. You're normally, I love you, secondary. You're normally one of my favorite classes of the day. Not even going to lie. But I just want to remind you that eventually you won't have me to bail you out. I'm going to break Daniel's heart and say we'll save 8, 9, 10 for tomorrow. We're behind. We're a whole week behind on workshops. We'll work on catching that back up next week. I just can't this week. And this week's been a wash, honestly, between y'all being absent on Monday and then my conference on Tuesday and PSATs yesterday. So I'm behind, and that's my own fault for being absent. I'm a little behind, so let's talk about how we're going to rectify my behindness. Hello.
What's your son?
Yes. It was you're my favorite sub ever. You left notes and everything. You're the best. Well, I'm going to keep you. That's what I just told them. How two great minds think alike.
All right.
Perfect. Okay, so let's see. I forgot. I have ADHD, and then it kicked in. Now it's got to unkick. Words, English, math. Okay. All the other upper 2 trade teachers weren't absent or miracle workers. I'm not really sure what their deal is. They're already testing on Friday on this.
Yeah,
that sounds scary.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I don't like Monday tests, but I would rather have a prepared Monday test than a Friday oh crap test. So on Monday, we're going to take tests. And you're like, oh God, Miss Compton, what's the test on? So if you look at the front page of your packet, of the Unit 3 packet we've been working on, the first 3 learning targets, graphing, substitution, elimination. Everybody in the room has shown me that they at least somewhat understand graphing, substitution, elimination. And you already had a test on just that. It was the 3.1 test that was on this past 9 weeks. You already had a test on it. So the first 3 learning targets, no big deal. Anne-Marie already knows how to do that. Okay, the last 2 I think are easy. The inequality graphing that you did without me, it's pretty easy. You liked the shading and everything. Now we're just shading to and overlapping. It's not a big deal. And we all agreed that the word problems were pretty simple. You just had to set them up. So the only difficult thing on this next upcoming test is the 3 variable problems. And I think there are only 2 of them. So it's okay. So that's what I'm going to tell you. So breathe air. We're going to take a test on Monday that has all the things, but literally the hardest part for Nick is going to be the 3 variable problems. Okay. Speaking of the 3 variable problems, you're supposed to, someone have a coloring page handy. Okay, so Paige is a genius, which we know. There are many geniuses in the room, including Paige. She, 1, wrote down the key as asked. 2, has her work stapled, showing she's done the things. It's okay if you're not as far along as Paige. I'm not crying. You have all day today, all day tomorrow. I'm going to say it's due at the end of class tomorrow. You still have time to make it happen. It's fine. In fact, you're allowed to be human. If Nick is trying number 3 and he can't figure it out, I know Ellie has come to me a couple times with this kind of problem, and you probably need to, and I'll say, oh, I found your sign error. I can find your errors for you. If Angel comes to me with blank paper, I can't find errors there. But if she has some work, I can find out where she went wrong and help her fix it. That I can do. That's easy. So that's one goal today, is working on our coloring page. Now, if you're like Paige and you have your coloring page done, woohoo, good for you. I'm so proud. I have 2 suggestions. You're going to like one of them. You're not going to like the other one. My one suggestion is always in life, wouldn't kill you to get a head start on a study guide. It's not that long of a study guide, but, you know.
This is due Monday, right?
Yes, we're going to say the study guide is due Monday. Perfect, Angel, yes. And I'll post the key probably Sunday, knowing me. I'll give you a little time on it.
Yeah.
So there is a study guide. It's like 2 pages away from the end of the packet. So Paige could work on that today, but again, Paige has today and tomorrow to get it together. So she doesn't have to do this today. She could probably get it all done tomorrow. Now, if you're behind on the coloring page and it scares the mess out of you that now you've got a coloring page and a study guide, you want to ignore me from here on out. But if you're confident and you're feeling pretty good about your life, look on the very last page of the packet. There's one problem and a whole piece of paper blank. And then on the back of that, there is one problem and a whole piece of paper that's blank.
Oh, man.
These are challenge problems. You do not have to attempt. These are up to you. Here is why you might want to attempt them. Each challenge problem is going to be worth, I've lost my mind, 10 points on the test. So if Nick does both challenge problems correctly, he gets his full 10 points for both. Let's say Nick made a 90 on the test, and now he's at a 110. I will type in a 110 on I now and give it to him. If he made a 70, he's now at a 90. Whatever he's at, I'm going to add. Now, you understand, if Nick doesn't get the correct answers, I'm not going to give Nick the full 10 points. The more work he shows, the more pity points I'm going to give him. That is how I roll. I'm sorry. I'm normal. I'm human. He's probably going to get at least 2 from me for just trying real hard. So, but anyway, there's a reason they're challenge problems. Yes, dear?
So, the problem you get on here will go on our test.
If you attempt the challenge problems, I'm going to add them to the test on Monday, yes. So you could go ahead and start off this 9 weeks with a nice grade. Should Angel worry about the challenge problems if she's nowhere near done with her coloring page? Probably not, because she's not going to like this addendum. Since the challenge problems are, I'm going to say, time sensitive, and I need time to look through your work, I need them by the end of class on Friday. So if Talon wants to do the challenge problems, she's going to have to, today, tonight, tomorrow, she's got to get it done. If she comes in on Monday and hands it to me, I'm not going to give her full points, so I don't have time during school on Monday to really study what Talon did. Whereas Sunday afternoon when I'm by myself, I can actually read her work and pay attention to it. Okay, what makes the challenge problems challenging? What's different about them? Okay, so and every group can have 2 points. The first challenge problem has 4 variables. W, X, Y, and Z. The second challenge problem has 5, A, B, C, D, E. And now that sounds stinky, but I swear the second challenge problem is easier, even though it has 5 variables. Literally, this doesn't change anything with Nick. He's still doing the same. He's still doing elimination. He's just doing it a bunch more times. It's like, I'm trying to eliminate A. I've decided I'm killing off A, so I do elimination with the top 2. I do elimination with the middle 2. I end up eliminating a ton of A's and having just equations with B, C, D's, and E's. And then you have to decide, oh, I'm killing off B, or I'm killing off C, until you end up with normally like E equals 2 and go back through. That's why you get the whole page full of work. It takes that long to get it done. Is it fun? I think so. Do you have to do it? Absolutely not. But again, 10 points per problem on the test, which is going to be on Monday. Okay, does anyone have any issues with that? Okay, then I'm going to let you work, because Lord knows